Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking one of the most profound, mind-bending philosophical journeys ever recorded by humanity, and that is ancient Vedic cosmology. We're going to decode this incredibly beautiful view of how the universe came to be, and we'll be using simple, everyday analogies to make these massive, vast cosmic concepts totally accessible. You see, we're looking at a tradition that doesn't just hand you a rigid, straight-line story about how everything began. Instead, it offers us a layered, deeply introspective exploration of existence itself. So let's jump right into the ultimate cosmic riddle. This comes straight from the heart of Vedic cosmology, specifically from one of its most enigmatic hymns, the Nasadiya Sukta. Before we even start talking about stars, planets, or time, I want you to try to imagine a state where there was no sky, no space whatsoever, no concept of death, and literally no concept of immortality. It kind of breaks the brain, right? We are just so incredibly used to thinking in terms of something being there or nothing being there. But this ancient text challenges us to go a step further back, to a point before the very idea of nothingness even existed.
And what's really fascinating is that the universe didn't just start from some empty, dark void. The text explicitly says there was neither Sat, which means existence, nor Asat, which means non-existence. It was this totally undifferentiated, indescribable state. Think of it like a blank canvas, but actually, before the canvas was even made, or even before the artist had the idea to paint. It's not just nothing, it is pure unmanifested potential that exists completely beyond human logic. The hymn deliberately resists giving us a clean, easy definition, suggesting that the true origin of reality lies way, way beyond the limits of our language.
Okay, from this mysterious, totally indescribable state, the universe didn't just sit there doing nothing, it began to stir. The text described this latent force as tapas, which translates to heat, energy, or inner intensity. I absolutely love this concept because it implies the universe is entirely self-emergent. Creation wasn't forced upon it from some outside source, it welled up from within. Think about that feeling of an intention forming in your own mind right before you take an action. That sudden spark, that inner pressure right before you speak a sentence or stand up from a chair. That is tapas. It's literally the universe warming up to the idea of existing.
Following that inner heat comes something truly incredible, the emergence of kama, which means desire. The texts refer to this as the first seed of mind. Now, this is a massive paradigm shift. It fuses physical energy with proto-consciousness, meaning the universe wasn't just dead, cold matter bumping into itself by pure accident. It started with intention. It started with a fundamental yearning to manifest. Just like you waking up in the morning and feeling the desire to start your day, the universe had an underlying intention. Creation is fundamentally tied to consciousness right from that very first spark.
Fast forward a bit. As Vedic thought developed over the centuries into what we call the Upanishadic era, the focus shifted from this poetic speculation into a much more systematic philosophy. And that brings us to the absolute core concept of Brahman. Brahman is the ultimate, infinite reality that underlies absolutely everything. It's the single source that unifies the incredible, chaotic diversity of the entire cosmos. In this view, the universe is not created out of nothing. Instead, it is a direct manifestation, a transformation of this one unified reality. Every star, every planet, every single thought you have is essentially an expression of Brahman.
To really grasp this, we have to contrast two big ideas: fabrication versus emanation. This is where Vedic cosmology totally separates itself from a lot of other traditions. Fabrication is building something from the outside. Think of a carpenter going out, buying wood, measuring it, and building a chair. The carpenter and the chair are two totally separate things, right? Emanation, on the other hand, is a process where the universe unfolds from within itself. There is no outside builder. Creation is not an event where a grand creator stands back and puts a universe together. Creation is reality unfolding and blossoming out of its own inherent nature.
To ground this high-level philosophy into something we can picture, the ancient texts give us these brilliant, everyday analogies. Think of a spider spinning a web. The spider doesn't go to a hardware store to buy web building materials, does it? The web comes directly out of the spider's own body. Or think of a tiny little acorn growing into a massive oak tree. The entire tree, the bark, the leaves, the heavy branches, all of it was already packed inside that tiny seed, just waiting to unfold. The universe emanates from Brahman in the exact same completely organic way.
So how does that unfolding actually happen? Well, it starts with the most subtle layer of all, pure consciousness. From there, it becomes slightly more dense, manifesting as space, then air, then fire, then water, and finally earth, the grossest, most material element that we touch and interact with every single day. But here's the catch. It's all the exact same underlying stuff, just vibrating at different densities. It's exactly like watching invisible water vapor condense into liquid water and then freeze into a solid block of ice. The core substance never changed at all, only its form did.
Now we have to talk about time, because in this cosmology, time is absolutely not a straight line with a definite beginning and a permanent end. It is an endless loop. The universe operates on these vast, unimaginable cosmic ages known as kalpas. It goes through endless cycles. First is Srishti, which is creation or manifestation. That's followed by Sthiti, the period of preservation and sustaining. And finally, Pralaya, which is dissolution. Eventually, everything that is densified into this physical reality dissolves and goes right back to that unmanifested subtle state of potential, only to kick off the cycle all over again. I just love how deeply personal this vast cosmology actually is. We are talking about cosmic timescales of billions and billions of years, but the texts directly connect this massive cosmic dissolution and reemergence to the natural, everyday rhythms we all experience. It's just like the turning of the seasons, from spring's bloom to winter's decay. Or, even closer to home, it's like the simple act of breathing. Srishti is the universe exhaling, expanding outward. Pralaya is the universe inhaling, drawing everything back into itself. You literally carry the rhythm of the cosmos in your lungs every second of the day.
Now you might be wondering, what about all the gods and deities? In later Vedic texts, figures like Prajapati or Brahma are introduced. But we need to clarify something super important here. They aren't builders standing outside the universe, fabricating it from scratch. Instead, they act as symbolic agents. They are personified expressions of that exact same deep, unfolding principle of Brahman. Think of them more like different hats being worn by the exact same ultimate actor, rather than independent creators in the way modern theology often describes them. The emphasis always remains on that underlying unity.
Which brings us to perhaps the most powerful Upanishadic statement of all, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, meaning all this is Brahman. You, watching this explainer right now, are not separate from the universe. You aren't just living in the universe. You are an intimate, directly connected expression of it. You are literally made of the space, air, fire, water, and earth that emanated from pure consciousness. You are an active part of this dynamic, unfolding web of reality.
And this beautiful journey loops us right back to the deep philosophical humility of the Nasadiya Sukta. After exploring all these profound stages of emanation and consciousness, the ancient texts end on a note of absolute wonder, asking, does anyone, even the highest overseer of the cosmos, truly know how it all began? It is such a brilliant, open-ended question. It completely resists rigid dogma. It tells us that creation is not a closed case with one definitive answer, but an ongoing, magnificent mystery. It invites all of us into a continuous, lifelong inquiry. So, what do you think? Does the universe actually know itself, or is it still figuring it out, just like we are? Keep pondering that, and thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through the Vedic cosmos.
Welcome to the Ancient Veda Tales. Today, we're unpacking one of the most profound, mind-bending philosophical journeys ever recorded by humanity. Ancient Vedic cosmology. We're going to decode this incredibly beautiful view of how the universe came to be, using simple, everyday analogies to make these vast cosmic ideas feel accessible. You see, this tradition doesn't give us a rigid, straight-line story of creation. Instead, it offers something far deeper, a layered, introspective exploration of existence itself. So let's begin with the ultimate cosmic riddle. Imagine a state where there was no sky, no space, no concept of death, and no concept of immortality. Difficult to grasp, right? We're so used to thinking in terms of something or nothing. But this ancient perspective pushes us even further back, to a point before even nothingness existed. It tells us there was neither existence nor non-existence. Not emptiness, but something beyond description, like a blank canvas before the canvas even existed, before the artist even had the idea to paint. This was pure, unmanifested potential, beyond logic, beyond language. And then, something stirred. From this indescribable state emerged a subtle force known as tapas, inner heat, energy, intensity. Not imposed from outside, but arising from within. Like the moment just before you act, that quiet pressure, that spark of intention forming inside you. That is tapas, the universe awakening to itself. Then comes something even more fascinating, kama, desire, the first seed of mind. This suggests that the universe didn't begin as lifeless matter, but with intention, with a subtle urge to exist. Just like you wake up with a desire to begin your day, the universe too began with a kind of inner longing, creation, rooted in consciousness. As these ideas evolved over time, they led to a central concept, Brahman, the ultimate infinite reality underlying everything. Not separate from the universe, but the very essence of it.
Everything you see,
Every star,
every planet,
every thought
is
an expression of this one unified reality.
Now here's a key distinction.
Fabrication versus emanation. Fabrication is like building something from the outside. A carpenter builds a chair using materials separate from himself. But emanation is different. It's like a spider spinning a web. The web comes from within the spider itself,
Or like a tiny seed,
growing into a massive tree.
everything was already contained within it.
In the same way, the universe unfolds from Brahman naturally, organically. From subtle to dense, first consciousness,
Then space,
then air,
then fire,
then water,
and finally
earth. Different forms of the same underlying essence,
like water vapor.
becoming liquid and then turning into ice.
Substance never changes.
Only its form does. Now let's talk about time. In this view, time is not a straight line.
It is cyclical, endless.
The universe moves through vast repeating cycles.
Creation
Preservation,
and dissolution,
expansion,
sustaining
and return.
like breathing.
The universe exhales, expanding outward, then inhales, drawing everything back in.
This rhythm,
Exists not just in the cosmos.
but within you,
Every breath you take.
echoes the universe itself.
What about gods and deities? In later texts, figures like Brahma appear, but they are not external creators. They are symbolic expressions of the same underlying reality. Different roles played by the same ultimate source.
And this leads to a powerful realization.
All this is one. You are not separate from the universe. You are not merely in it. You are an expression of it.
Made of the same elements,
Formed from the same source.
part of the same unfolding story.
And yet, after all these insights, the ancient thinkers ended with the question, does anyone truly know how it all began?
Even the highest intelligence,
Might not have the answer, and that is the beauty of it. Not a closed conclusion, but an open mystery.
an invitation
To keep exploring.
to keep wondering.
So ask yourself, is the universe already fully aware of itself? Or is it still discovering?
Just like we are.
Think about it, and thank you for joining us on this journey through the